What's up, Montana? Welcome in. 102.9 ESPN Radio, as well as the ESPN MT app. We're also streaming live on Facebook and Twitch, usually on SWX Montana Television, but not today. Diamond Sports rule of the moment right now. Billings West versus Billings Senior. Squaring off in the Magic City right now on SWX. But have no fear, we got plenty of stuff for you here today. Appreciate you for hanging. You can always stream us on ESPN MT app, on YouTube, on Facebook, and on Twitch. I am coming to you through the Grizzly Disposal studio here at the Missoula Broadcasting Company. Grizzly Disposal, locally owned, veteran-owned, and the only Bears that should be in your garbage. Fun show today. Andrew Schmidt, back-to-back days, he'll join us. Gave us some Masters predictions yesterday. We'll get some Masters commentary today. He's been all the way in on the first round of the Masters. So if you haven't watched some or all of it, we got you covered. That's coming up here in just about 2 minutes. We will also talk some tennis. Grizz tennis is rolling. Grizz tennis programs are pretty good. The men's are excellent, and the women have a star player in Kelsey Phillips, who is the Big Sky Conference Player of the Week this last week. So I figured let's dive into some tennis stuff. So Kelsey will join us. She was the Big Sky Freshman of the Year last year, so she made the debut on this show then. So a return appearance for her, and looking forward to that. That's coming up about 4:30. We also will hear from Carol. She doesn't know sports a day early. Usually it's on Fridays. We'll do that here today. We talked about the scandal that's going on right now in the NFL. Diana Rossini in some hot water. Mike Vrabel in some hot water as well. If you haven't heard about that, we will discuss it. And then we also have Jeff Safford, his latest on Grizz softball. A update on Grizz softball that is a couple years in the making. We covered Grizz softball quite a bit when they were pretty good. And they haven't been close to very good last couple of years, but they're much better this year. They are in a tie for first place going into their doubleheader with Sacramento State. So we'll see if they can keep it rolling, but an update is actually Steph Ewing's debut here on ESPN Radio. So looking forward to see what Safford learned from talking to the second year now Grizz softball coach. There you go. That's what's on the docket here on 102.9 ESPN Radio. You want to stream it? You always can. You can always use our station website as well, 1029ESPN.com. And if you'd like to be a part of the show, 406-888-1029. That's 888-1029. Call it or text it right now. Text it because we go to the ESPN MT phone line. Welcome in. Great friend, a tradition renewed like we do every year. Andrew Schmidt joining us here to talk all things Masters. You might know him lately from the Talkin' Schmidt podcast on the Skyline Sports Big Sky Breakdown podcast series, but he's been doing this Masters analysis for us for the last handful of years. So, Schmidt, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. How you doing?
I thought I was on to talk about Mike Vrabel and Diana Rossini.
Hey, it's the gift that never stops giving. I think they're both in a little bit of hot water, but we digress.
Man, I will say, if you're going to go have an affair and do it someplace at a luxury resort, make sure they have like a no cameras policy.
Man. Can't be doing it. Can't be driving to Sedona and mess around. Not a great look for either of them. More on that in hour number 2. Take us through your day though. You've been following along. You've been live tweeting what's been going down at the Masters. We've seen some performances so far here in the first round that maybe were predictable, and then maybe some that were unpredictable. What have been some of your highlights of the day, and what are some of your big surprises of the day so far?
Well, highlight of the day is Rory, for sure, which, we talked about this yesterday. He fit every advanced stat that he could compete. And then leading into the tournament, he didn't seem like he wanted to compete, or he didn't care if he would. He said, I don't even care if this tournament ever starts again. Really? He's just so happy that he won. And then he goes out and shoots a 67, 5 under. He didn't look great early. He was kind of all over the place, especially on hole 2, but managed to save par, and then just turned it on late and was lights out. And that was very, at least surprising when his attitude going into the tournament. The other one is John Rahm at 6 over, right, currently.
Yep.
And he's still on the course. He looks bad. DeChambeau was 4 over. Those live guys, I don't know if they're having a little bit of buyer's remorse at the moment, because all of them are not playing well. So, those are the ones that kind of stick out to me right now.
Well, there was a moment today when Freddie Couples came in. First of all, if you didn't see where he holed out from 191 yards, it's a heck of a shot. But Freddie Couples sits here. I think he's 66 or 67 years old. He's trying to make his 32nd cut at Augusta. So he's by no means a contender, but he's a guy, like you talked about yesterday. If you win this tournament, it's one of the greatest things that could ever happen to you as an athlete because you get to go and play in it forever. Then, if you can't play, you're invited to play if you're a former Masters champion. So Freddie Couples is going to be in this field until he's way over the hill. But either way, he came in at 6 over. But there was a moment in time today where he was ahead of every single guy that plays in the Live Tour. DeChambeau rallied a little bit to get to 4 over, but there was a moment in time where 66-year-old Freddie Couples was lapping the field when it comes to the Live guys, and that is surprising when that group includes specifically John Rahm, Brooks Koepka, guys like that. So you're right. I mean, maybe they do have buyer's remorse, but so the Live guys aren't performing right now.
And they were given an opportunity to come back to the PGA Tour this year, right? Brooks Koepka did it, and Patrick Reed did it. And they said, hey, you have an opportunity if you want. You have to forfeit some points and earnings and all of that stuff, but we'll welcome you back. You have until, I think they had February 2nd or something like that to make the decision. And they both have like a year left on their Live contract, and they said, oh, no, we're committed to Live. I think that moment in time, probably they wish they could replay because they're over there playing not real golf and then come to a tournament like this and get embarrassed. And it hasn't been like that every year. But, since they had that opportunity just a few months ago to do this, I don't know. I think they're probably rethinking that a little bit. And, yeah, having Freddie Couples beating you is not ideal. But as we talked about yesterday, this course is designed to grind you to dust. If you're an older guy, if you have injuries, it's going to be hard to hold up. Angel Cabrera didn't hold up. Olazabal didn't hold up. So that's kind of the way it goes with those guys. Freddie didn't hold up. It's just a tough course. It's up and down. And it'll grind you. And that's why those guys tend to fade.
Andrew Schmidt joining us here on Nuanez Now 102.9 ESPN Radio. It's probably presented in part by Sportsbet Montana. The Masters underway. Rory McIlroy, 67, so he's tied for the first day lead as of right now. Still, probably about a third of the field out on the course. The group that's the last group of the day is on 13 right now. I guess through 13, so on 14. So we're getting close to the completion of the first round. But the other guy that shot a 67 is Sam Burns. I've loved Sam Burns for a long time. I actually bought him in both of my pools, and I put a little futures bet on him to finish in the top 10. Good start with a first day 67. Were you surprised by Sam Burns' start and then him sitting atop the leaderboard next to Rory?
Yeah, definitely surprised. He's a good player. I don't think I expected this, but again, it's the first round, right? So his highest finish at a major is tied for 7th last year at the U.S. Open. So okay, he can play obviously, but again, it's a long tournament and it's a tough tournament and it's one that tests everything that you have. So, I mean, there's guys, Justin Rose is up there, Patrick Reed is up there, Scheffler is at 2 under, he's on 15 right now, Gary Woodland is 2 under, so there's a lot of guys that can make a run at this, and we'll see how it shakes out. I think typically what you see in this tournament is guys who've played well here before, previous champions, they tend to do well at the end of the day on these. So, if Sam can keep it up, good for him. You'd have to pull something off like Matsuyama did in, 2018, where you kind of just start leading and then never give it up.
Hilarious that Justin Rose, not just the Sportsbet Montana book, but several books that I looked at, they always give odds for who's going to end the first round in first place. And it's fun to sprinkle half a unit on some of those bets because, it's usually like 40-1 for the best guy because you're picking one guy out of 160-something guys to finish, to be in the lead at the end of the first round. Justin Rose was the only one that was blacked out. They wouldn't let anybody bet it because they know that he's the guy that goes hard first and then tries to hang on.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, and he did well. He's through 15, so he's 4 under right now. He could end up with the day one lead, which would be typical. So yeah, I mean, just one of those things with him. If I were a sports book, I probably wouldn't take that bet either.
Did you watch much of Lowry? And if so, what were some of your impressions? Shane Lowry came in at a 70 today, so he was one of just 16 guys that broke par thus far. But he's a guy that I think a lot of people were thinking were maybe a sneaky contender to be a top 10 or even a top 5 guy if he could put it all together. What'd you make of Lowry's round today?
Yeah, I think he did what he needs to do. Here's the thing about the Masters, right? You can't win the tournament on day one, but you sure as hell can lose it, right?
Certainly.
So if you just ho-hum, get it going, stay close, stay competitive, you can make a run for it later in the weekend. I think the ship has sailed on Jon Rahm. He's probably booking a flight for tomorrow, right? A lot of these guys who had days like that probably won't be around. But if you shoot a 2 under, you're 3 shots off the lead. You have a chance. Lowry has a chance. Tommy Fleetwood is 1 under. Nick Taylor 1 under. All those guys who are close like that. Jordan Spieth is even through 16. Even my picks are still there, although they just really made me angry. Coulter, Fitzpatrick on. Okay, let me vent a little bit here. I wish I still had my my sound effects from Talking Schmidt, where I could give a Smith storm right now. But all Fitzpatrick has to do is par the last hole, and he finishes even, and he's in contention, and he goes fairway to greenside bunker to short of the hole, rolls it off the green. 4th shot gets it within 2 feet, so he's tapping in for bogey, and then he horseshoes it.
Oh, no.
Which is not even trying, and then finishes up with a double. So he's +2 after day one. That was my pick to win the Masters. That doesn't look so good right now. But if he has an okay day, maybe tomorrow he gets back to maybe 1 under, he'll have a chance. But my goodness, Fitzpatrick, what are you doing?
3 guys that I thought could all contend. J.J. Spahn, because he was coming off a win last week, and he's won a major before. Ludwig Oberg, who is one of the top 4 or 5 ranked players in the world, and has been in the top 10 in the Masters the last couple of years. I thought both those guys could be in the mix. I also thought Corey Connors, the Canadian, could be in the mix. All 3 of them shot 2 over today. Oberg's still on the course. He's got 2 holes left, but Spahn came in. Oh, and Spahn has a hole left, as does Connors, but they're already at 70, so they're almost certainly going to finish over par unless they can pull out some sort of a miracle 2 on 18. Are any of those guys out of it or in it? Like, what do you think of just Connor, Spahn, and Oberg? Are they did they ruin their tournament, or are they still sort of in the mix?
Yeah, I mean, if I'm claiming that Fitzpatrick's still in the mix, then I guess I guess they are. Oberg he birdied 14, but if you guys were watching today, he birdies 2, he birdies 4, he birdies 6, right? So he's 3 under, and then through 8. And so he's right up there. And then he doubles 9, he bogeys 10, he bogeys 11, and then he double bogeys 13. Like, just an absolute falling apart, having 2 doubles and 2 single bogeys in a 5-hole stretch. So he's currently at +2. He's on 17 right now. He's going to have to figure it out, because you can't have those blow-ups in the Masters and try to win. That's just not. It's not the way. The ups and downs are not going to cut it. I'd rather have what Fitzpatrick had, which was like more of a steady round, and then maybe at the end you messed up there, you horseshoe a putt. Like, that's okay, but you didn't have 2 doubles on your card. Like, what are you doing?
It does make you feel a little better about yourself when you see some of these guys get doubles, right? That was what was so stunning about Rory last year, is he rode the absolute roller coaster, and he had a couple completely terrible holes on both Saturday and Sunday, but still found a way to fight all the way through and get the green jacket. So I guess that's the point, right, is first of all, don't have the implosion, but if you do, you got to battle your way back out. It seemed like Oberg had the implosion, then couldn't really fight his way back out after he had such a great start.
I love those scenarios that people put out on like Instagram or on those reels or TikTok or whatever, where they say stuff like, if you, a weekend golfer, were started out the Masters at 80 under par, could you go out and win the Masters? And it's like, no.
No.
We have pros. I'm not going to pronounce this right. Pottinger,
yeah. Yep.
He shot a plus 12. He shot an 84. And this guy's a pro. Which is there was one, I think it was on hole one, where he hit it just bladed a chip over the green and hit some patrons. And one of my friends texted me, one of us, he's one of us. But if this pro is shooting an 84, what would you do as a weekend golfer? I don't know, a 140? You are not going to do well on this course, and it's fun to have that scenario. But yeah, 80 under to start. I still think I'd lose the Masters. I don't think any weekend golfer would win.
Andrew Schmidt joining us here on Nuanez Now 102.9 ESPN Radio. It's a great talking point because we have a group tech. We have this Masters draft, a snake draft. It's with a whole bunch of guys that have worked in the Montana media. And it's a great way for us to stay in touch because a bunch of these guys are TV guys that have since then moved on. But there's about 16 of us that are all either in the broadcasting business, either radio or television. And we have this snake draft, and it always takes forever because there's 16 guys, and we pick 4 players each, and it always takes Monday through Wednesday late night before we can finally get it done. But a couple of guys, there's several of us that are okay golfers, and then there's a couple of guys that are good golfers, right? 5 handicaps or lower. Well, one of them was at Augusta last year, and he was talking all sorts of mess, saying he thought he could break 90. And I was like, bro, you will not break 90 at the Masters. And so then we started doing some math, and I was trying to put it in perspective. The one advantage that an amateur golfer is going to have is that there isn't any out of bounds at Augusta. You're going to find your ball. Mm-hmm. You're going to have a ball spotter. So that is going to save you a little bit. But you got to think, if you don't hit the ball to the right part of the green, you are at the very least 3-putting, but in a lot of scenarios, 4 and 5 putting. So that in itself is going to jack your score all the way up. But I was thinking this, 18 holes times 7 for your score, right? Let's say your average score on a hole is a 7. Every once in a while, you might get a 6 or a 5 on a par 3, but also you're probably going to get an 8 or a 9 on some of the par 5s. That puts you in at 126 per round. So if you started at 80 under, you are going to smoke that almost by the turn of day 2. You're going to be back at even par.
Right. Right. It's about 54 over, right?
Right. Yeah. You're basically going to finish 136 over for the tournament if you shoot 125 4 days in a row.
Yeah. You're going to struggle there. And what the camera doesn't show at Augusta is the slope, how ridiculous the slope of the greens are. If you miss in a certain spot, it'll run all the way off. You're back chipping, right? It's really hard. And to your point, I think there's 2 spots on the course that are OB. The far left on 2, which they call the Delta counter. That where Bryson DeChambeau went earlier today and had to take a drop. And then besides that, it's just if you can't find your ball, you got to take it unplayable. So it's pretty hard. Even if you hit it in Rays Creek, you can, if it's shallow enough, you can hit it out. Which I saw a couple times today. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different things in that course that would make it difficult. But you're no rate. If you have even a single digit, I would say any handicap above a 4, right, has no chance. No chance.
Triple-digit city. Oh, yeah. There's no doubt. There's absolutely no doubt you're going to be at the very least 2 over per hole, so that's 36 over for the 18. And that's if you're absolutely making it rain and you're making putts and all that stuff. Yeah, it's an amazing analysis to think about, because I do think that the average person says, well, I could maybe break 100 or break 90. You couldn't. It's pretty much not going to happen for you.
No, we should have that guy out there who said that. And then try to find someone who will let him on the course and then make some content out of it, follow him around with a camera, And there's got to be some punishment if he doesn't break 90.
Well, this is like the Olympic theory, right? Show us normal people doing Olympic events next to the Olympians, right? Like, show us a person that swims for their workout 4 days a week and is a good swimmer next to Michael Phelps. Or, like, show us, the person that runs on the weekends next to the world-class 5K runner from Kenya. And let's see how much they lose so you can actually put it in perspective. Who else do you think remains in the mix? Obviously, these guys that got off to such a great start. By the way, Justin Rose now almost in, but he has one hole left. He sits at 4 under. Just 6 guys in the 60s so far. Sam Burns, Rory McIlroy, Justin Rose, unless he implodes here the last hole and a half. Kurt Kitayama, as well as Jason Day and Patrick Reed. And then a couple more, Shane Lowry, Xander Schauffele, Gary Woodland, Scotty Scheffler sitting all there at 2 under. Woodland and Scheffler playing together. They are both 2 under right now. That's an interesting group, certainly, because Woodland coming off the win, that was such a great story, and Scheffler is Scheffler. He's number 1 player in the world. So do you believe in either of those guys? Obviously, you got to believe in Scotty, because he's just going to go out and shoot 68, 69 over and over again and put pressure on everybody.
Yeah, I think Scotty is always, it's kind of like the Tiger effect. Everyone's kind of looking around for him, and it can definitely be intimidating when he's just firing. But I think Rory is, if he's going to play this relaxed, it's going to be hard to bet against him. Some other guys that catch my eye, who I call Terminator, Brooks Koepka, is even, right? He's always plays well in majors. He's right around there. Jordan Spieth is even through 16. As long as you're right around there, you have a chance, right, to make some noise. But last but not least, what I think would be the best story is Gary Woodland winning. And he's 2 under. He's through 14 right now. For those of you guys that don't know, he had a brain tumor removed not too long ago in 2023, and he was having seizures and stuff like that. And then he, comes back and plays golf and ends up winning like last week. And now he's playing well. He's in the mix. He's at 2 under. And I think from going from brain tumor, surgery to Masters winner would be a really, really cool story to tell. That's kind of what I'm rooting for.
Okay, let's go rapid fire here. Andrew Schmidt on Nuanez Now 102.9 ESPN Radio. Buying or selling Max Homa? He's in it at 72 even par. Can he make it on?
No.
Sell. Okay, how about Wyndham Clark? He also shot 72. He's even par today.
No. The blow pig? No. He's way too angry of a person to win this thing.
Adam Scott, a former Masters champion.
Yeah, has a chance. Anyone who has won here before has a chance. He's also been playing well, so I think I would buy him.
Sergio Garcia, another former Masters champ, also shot 72 today.
Yeah, I mean, here's the thing about him is I don't like him as a person. And he's a live guy, right? I think he'll end up fading a little bit older. But again, if you're a former champion, you have a chance. So I'm kind of fence-sitting on him. I'd sell. I hate Sergio. Just hit the ball already.
I'm selling on him as well. Chris Gotterup, a guy that's getting a lot of hype, a former national champion who made an early splash on the tour. He also shot. I guess he's on 18 right now, but looking like he's going to come in right about even par unless he can get a birdie here on the last hole.
Yeah, so he hasn't played the course before, so this is the first time playing Augusta. I know he did well last year, but like we talked about yesterday, if you haven't played this course before, over the course of 4 rounds, it's going to grind you down. And until you kind of have those trials and tribulations and learning experience, I think they said it's been 47 years since someone has won the Masters playing in their first time playing the tournament. Like 47 years.
Crazy.
It just doesn't happen.
Yeah, crazy stats, certainly. Dustin Johnson shot a 73 today. Buy or sell for DJ?
I like DJ. Again, former champion, but it was in November, right? So it wasn't, the course didn't really play the same. You know what they should do is, like, when they have the champions dinner, they should, like, take the picture of all the champions, but DJ should have to stand like 5 feet to the side, just like a little bit off of the picture, because he didn't win it in April. He won it in November when it was the same course. Yeah, but I mean, he seems to be playing better than he has been as of late. By the way, did you know this? For anyone who doesn't know, members of Augusta National can only play the course like in the spring.
Interesting.
They close it in the summer. You don't play it. Like they get, it's like a winter course. Who knew? Like, I didn't know that until recently. They're like, yeah, we had to get the course ready for November, and then we shut it down after like this season. I find that crazy. Like, who doesn't golf in the summer?
It is crazy. Why would you be a member of a club where you can't golf in the summer?
Yeah, I don't know. But, I mean, these people have so much money. Maybe they don't care. Maybe they're at Pinehurst or the Kiwa Island or whatever.
Yeah, no. Okay, last one. Cam Young came in as a top 5 guy in the world and struggled a little bit today. First round 73.
Oh,
can he
Did
come back?
Did you watch today?
I watched a little bit of him, yeah.
I have not seen someone more frustrated in
he was
caddy's
pissed.
recommendations. Every time the caddy said something, he would hit it, and then it wouldn't go where he wanted, and he'd stare back, like death stare at him. Like, it looked like the most frustrating round I've ever seen a golfer have, and I bet you those two are having it out right now. But I think he can come back. I think he, in strokes gained, and he's third-ranked player in the world, I think he can make a run. He's just one shot over, and especially how he started so poor. He was at 4 over at one point today and then managed to battle back. So I think he might have figured some things out.
Andrew Schmidt, an annual tradition like no other. The Masters. We'll give you a whole recap of what's going down tomorrow, and then, of course, again on Monday once we have a champion. But fun week, man. Thanks so much for hanging out. Thanks so much for the insight.
Yeah, come back, Fitzpatrick. I need you.
We'll turn the page, talk some tennis on the other side. Thanks to our good buddy Andrew Schmidt for chiming in. We will talk Grizz tennis on the other side. Kelsey Phillips in studio with us. That's next. Keep it right here. 102.9 ESPN Radio. Coulter.
DeMorris Buick GMC is ready to help you safely travel Montana's scenic roads in comfort and style. Stop by DeMorris today and test drive some outstanding SUVs. Right now, take advantage of closeout pricing on the uniquely designed and well-equipped 2024 Buick Encore GX with models starting at $28,895. Don't miss this opportunity. Go to demorris.com to preview our inventory of 2024 Buick Encores and then pay a visit to DeMorris Buick GMC on West Broadway in Missoula, your family-owned hometown dealership for over 60 years.
It's easy to see why Montana is the treasure state. At the University of Montana, we look inside. We see an old truth with fresh eyes, that Montana's greatest treasure is its people. So whatever tomorrow brings, we meet it the only way we know how, with a mind for making. Because what's made in Montana is remaking the world.
ESPN Missoula Sports Center.
And then there were four. I'm Jeff Safford. Over the weekend, former Grizz guards Grant Kepley and Tyler Isaac joined Money Williams and Brooklyn Hicks in the NCAA transfer portal. On Tuesday, Caden Betts also entered the portal. Betts played in just 8 games last season for Montana after joining the team as a former 4-star recruit who transferred to UM from Minnesota. The 6'9" stretch forward was a recruit out of Colorado during his prep days, but has not been able to find stability at Minnesota or Montana. He played in just 6.5 minutes a game and averaged just over 3 points per game for the 18-13 Grizz. Betts is the latest entry into the portal for a Montana team that now expects to return 4 players from last year's roster. Forward Kenyon Awino and sharpshooting wing Tyler Thompson, who each were standouts last year as freshmen, are expected back, as is junior forward Connor Dick and sophomore guard Courtney Anderson. 3 Grizz softball players ripped home runs as the Montana softball team continued its hot streak by capping its 14-game homestand with a sweep of Montana State Billings. Montana's 9th win in its last 11 games boosts the Grizz to a 12-24 mark. That includes a rigorous non-conference schedule. UM dives back into Big Sky play this weekend with a trip to Sacramento State. Montana sits at 4-2 in league play, tied atop the conference with Idaho State and Northern Colorado.
Nuanez Now on ESPN Radio.
Welcome back. 102.9 ESPN Radio, SWX Montana Television, and the ESPN MT app. Colter Nuanez coming to you through the Grizzly Disposal studio here at the Missoula Broadcasting Company. Grizzly Disposal, locally owned, veteran-owned, and the only Bears that should be in your garbage. Talk a little tennis now. We turn the page of the spring sports finally. It seemed like the basketball season that went on forever, but now spring sports are here, so we'll have plenty of tennis, track, softball, that sort of stuff. Grizz softball coverage coming up here in hour number 2 as well. Jeff Safford caught up with Steph Ewing, the head coach of the Grizz softball team. But we're joined in studio now by recently named Big Sky Conference Player of the Week, Kelsey Phillips. She joined us last year during an outstanding season for her and the team, and now she's back with us. Thanks for being here. How you doing?
Thank you so much. I'm good.
First of all, congratulations on your recent awards. So you got to take us through it. What was going well last week for you?
I mean, the whole season's been going pretty well for me. I think last week especially, it was already, looking into the schedule, it was already looking like it was going to be a tough weekend. And then, just finding confidence in my training schedule and in my game, it really helped me just pull out those tough matches. Those are the 2 best players in the conference for sure, or one of the 2. So, yeah, I think it was a really good challenge, and I definitely rose to the occasion.
Well, you're 6-0 right now in singles. So, how much different does this year feel than last year? Like, I mean, have you seen some improvements in yourself? Like, where have you grown, do you think?
Oh, my God. Well, yeah, so freshman year was really great year, came out strong, and then sophomore year I was battling with a lot of injuries, and the team was just battling a lot of injuries, and then this year I kind of dedicated myself to my fitness and off-court fitness, and then feeling healthy in my body and just physically helped my confidence so much on court, and I've just really been able to trust myself and my aggressive playing style, and it's been working out well for me.
What do you do try to hone that part in? Like, what sort of stuff goes into that? Like, as a tennis player, what do you work on?
Yeah, I mean, you can do so much as a tennis, because tennis is just so complex. I think that what I've really leaned into is I've been really enjoying long distance running.
Interesting.
It's a huge thing. I've done 2 half marathons since freshman year.
Nice.
And looking to do marathons post grad, but and then a lot of yoga, working on my flexibility a lot.
I've seen the yoga because you've done some posts, right? On Instagram, like promoting the places.
I've got some NIL with Headwaters hot yoga.
That's a great fit, though. That's awesome, right? I got a couple buddies that played. One played football, one played basketball for the Grizz back in the day, and they've been going to hot yoga. And I've been teasing them, like, man, don't you wish you would have had this 15 years ago, 20 years ago?
It is so helpful.
I'm sure.
Yeah, it's great.
Well, that's awesome. So, but you've noticed a big difference in your game?
A major
sort of like
difference.
Cross-training? Yeah.
Major difference. I think that just the amount of trust I have in myself and my abilities has improved dramatically. And, I think that I just have so much of a clearer head on court and what I'm doing and the strategy that I have, and there's a real purpose to my game right now. Yeah.
Skill-wise, anything that you particularly tried to hone in on or that you think you've gotten better at?
Yeah, definitely. Coach Steve and I have been working on a lot of mid-court training, and I've always been an aggressive tennis player, but being able to hone in on approach shots and then finishing balls with my volleys. Volleys have never been a strong suit in my game, but now I can definitely say that they are. So definitely mid-court and then up into that volley area has been a huge improvement for me.
Kelsey Phillips joining us here in studio, recently named the Big Sky Conference Tennis Player of the Week. How about the doubles side of things? How's that been going?
It's great. I'm playing with a freshman. She's great.
It's a new partner for you, right?
I've had a new partner every single year.
Right, because 2 years ago when you guys were so good, remind me of that gal's name.
Haley Murphy.
Yeah, she transferred, right?
She is just on fire.
Is she? Where'd she transfer again?
Texas Tech.
Texas Tech, that's right. I couldn't remember if it was A&M or Tech.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's doing really well.
Yes.
But having to adjust to a new partner each year, what's the process like for that?
It's really about finding chemistry and getting to know each other as people. I think that if you have that bond off court, it's really easy to connect on court, and I think translate each other's ideas into strategy. So I think that with me and Meghna Anand, her coming in as a freshman, and she's a pretty hard hitter like me, so it's pretty easy to develop a strategy when we both have the same strengths and the same weaknesses.
Right.
So it's been fun, and she's really great, and yeah, it's been really fun.
Well, tell us just about sort of the arc of the season, because this has been a little bit of a tough year from a team perspective for you guys. So I mean, where have you seen the team grow though, and how close do you think you are maybe to breaking through?
Yeah. I mean, it's always just like ebbing and flowing, just with me too. Like some practice days are bad, some days are really good. I think that the past few conference matches, they've been really close, and we've all seen a major improvement in how we compete as a team, and they've all been super, super close. Maybe like, a few point, like margin of a few points. So I think that, it's just about competing through until the end, and we've definitely seen some improvement in practice, and we've been practicing those high stress moments in practice, and I think that it can happen. Especially, we always historically we rise to the occasion with the Cats. So I'm excited for that.
Well, that's sort of the entry point here. One of at least the entry points here, because the Grizz women's tennis team has a couple contests left, including in Bozeman this upcoming weekend, and then they have their final home regular season match of the year coming up on April 18th, if you'd like to go check it out down there at the Peak Racket Club. But you mentioned, I mean, is it the rivalry that helps you rise to the occasion, or why does it always go well against Montana State?
It is so interesting to try to digest what's been happening recently. Like last year, I mean, we in no way were meant to win that match, and we did at the Peak. So it is sometimes about the rivalry, and I think that with Grizz Cat and a tennis kind of aspect, there isn't really like that big of a, Missoula Bozeman rivalry. Right. It's more of just like it's Grizz Cat. Everyone's gonna know if you beat the Cats or if you lose to the Cats. Totally. So I think that there's an aspect there, but I think that with that being one of our last matches last year and this year too, we really just wanted it. We really wanted it last year, and I think that we really want it this year, and it'll be fun. Like it'll only be my second time going to Bozeman, and then I think almost everyone's first time going to Bozeman. So it'll be a new experience for everyone, and yeah, I'm excited to see how we can do.
Well, the venue's a different one, right? The tennis bubble at Montana State, it's totally different than the peak where you guys play. So what's the adjustment like playing there?
I'd say, from what I can remember, the biggest adjustment is that it is super skiddy there. Like the ball just flies, and it flies low. So adjustment is just staying low and relying on that fitness and endurance. I think will be a huge part of competing at that facility.
It gets hot in there too.
Yeah. It gets hot, but it's also cold. Like it's like the peak is kind of like that. It's like you walk in, you're cold, and then 15 minutes later you're sweating.
Totally. Well, do you know much about your matchups and how do you sort of get mentally prepared for what awaits you here this weekend?
Yeah, I kind of for a scouting matchup perspective, I think that obviously this year's been different because it's been a very successful year for me. I think that. The scores, and no one's really been predictable in the Big Sky, I think, this year, and like individual players, you can't really predict what's going to happen. And I think the girl that I'm going to play is a really great competitor, and I've heard some great things about her, and I've never played her before, never seen her play. She's new, so I'm excited to get out there and compete. Yeah, it should be fun.
What are the goals for you and the team down the stretch here, leading into maybe the postseason?
Yeah. I mean, I think the main goal is to continue competing always, and I think just getting one and breaking through, I think that's like the main thing. We really want it, and I Steve, me, and the rest of us, we can really see that we all want it, and at practice it's very intense, but I think the main thing is to just keep competing and getting it as close as possible. The pool of talent and competition in the Big Sky is huge right now, so it's going to be tough, but I think we're up for the challenge. I think it'll be fun.
Well, it has been fun to see the rise in talent, because the talent of the Big Sky has gotten much better at both men's and women's tennis.
Yes.
I don't know what to attribute that to. Do you have any theories? Do you think more people are playing tennis?
Yes, so definitely tennis is it's rising in popularity for sure. Like obviously pickleball's rising in popularity, and then they're looking at tennis more than pickleball.
No question.
So I think that that is a huge thing. Also, like American professional tennis players are getting a lot more traction just with brands and brand partnerships and everything like that. So I think that there definitely is like a rise in tennis players, and I also think that with the amount of digital literacy everyone's gaining, I think that international recruiting is so much easier than it has been.
Right.
And most tennis players in college are international.
Totally.
So I think that's a big thing. There's a lot of good players in the Czech Republic right now. There's a lot of good players in England right now. There's a lot of good players in, what was Steve saying? I think like Asia.
Interesting.
Yeah. So
a global sport, certainly.
Yes,
and D1 tennis is such a high level of tennis on the global scale too, so you can't get such great talent. Kelsey Phillips showed us here in studio. She herself from Minnesota, but being someone from the States and playing on a team with people from around the world, what's that experience like?
It's so fun. I mean, gaining different perspectives and experiencing different cultures. Although I think I mentioned this last time I was here, I've never been out of the country besides going to Canada.
Sure.
But I think it's so interesting to gain all these different perspectives and to try to understand people in a different way, and also for them to come to America and be so open to new experiences and being so open to gaining friendships that they wouldn't necessarily gain or wouldn't necessarily have. So I think it's really, really enlightening. And I really do appreciate that we have so much diversity on our team.
Do you ever get to interact that much with the men's tennis team?
Yeah,
they have a fascinating cast of characters as well.
Yes, yeah, they're almost all from outside the U.S. besides Jake, who's from Montana.
Right. One Montana guy and then a whole bunch of guys from Europe.
Yes, exactly. So I think that. Yeah, no, we interact with them a lot. I mean, our practices kind of flip-flop between the fall and the spring, but yeah, we're always around them. We live in the same buildings and everything.
Well, it's one of the things I love about covered tennis, because it's just it's a cultural experience as well as a sporting experience as well.
Yes.
So what do you think it's going to take for a breakthrough, both for yourself and also the team this weekend in Bozeman?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Tennis is so interesting because you have obviously the team to focus on and cheering for your team and giving that energy to your teammates, but you also have to focus on your match at hand. And I think that everyone has the, opportunity to contribute 1 point, at least 1 point, to the team's total. So my focus this week is getting my point and potentially getting my doubles point, getting half a doubles point. So I think that's my main focus, and then obviously giving, my competitive energy to my team. I think we can really do it. I think the thing that we're going to have to rely on is our grit and determination and discipline. I think that we're really disciplined as a team, and as long as we lock in, I really don't see how we can't do it with this weekend.
Well, it should be fun to follow along again. The rivalry duel between Montana and Montana State coming up in Bozeman on Saturday, and the final home weekend for Grizz tennis coming up on April 18th there at the Peak Racket Club here at Blue Mountain there in Missoula. Thanks so much for coming in. It's good to see you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, you too.
Kelsey Phillips here in studio with us, Grizz Tennis. We'll take a break, come back, give you one last update on the Masters, and maybe talk a little baseball as well. That's next. Keep it right here. It's 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Les Schwab changed the tire game more than 70 years ago. Today, we still believe you should get more from less. Like more hustle, less hassle. More of the best service around, less of the runaround. Because we include America's best tire warranty in every tire we sell. So you get more unbeatable warranty, less charging you extra. It's why we're more than proud to say, you get more from less.
What do you expect me to say to her? She's getting married in 30 minutes.
We're doing everything we can.
John, can you hear me? John.
Mountain Town Vacation Rental Management, your local partner for vacation rental success. We provide a fully customized hosting experience tailored to your needs and goals. Your home is listed on every major site, helping you maximize visibility and bookings. And our local team is available 24/7 to handle guest needs and booking inquiries. Let us take the stress out of managing your vacation home. Contact us today at mountaintownvrm.com or give us a call at 406-369-3080.
It's Nuanez Now on 102.9 ESPN Missoula. Watch the show statewide on SWX Montana Television.
Welcome back. Well, tonight, ESPN Radio, SWX Montana Television, and the ESPN MT app. Appreciate Kelsey Phillips from the Grizz tennis team for joining us live in studio. It's always fun when we get the athletes just in here, right? I mean, it's great to interview them in their own environment and all that, but it's just fun to have them in studio. So we appreciate her for driving down. She's been on the show a couple times here over the last couple of years because she's been the best tennis player for the Grizz, and that's continued so far here during her senior year, or during her junior year. But she just told me right at the end that I got her on the roster as a junior, but she is graduating early and then is going to go pursue a graduate year elsewhere. So probably the last time we'll have her on the show. So that's a bummer. It's been fun getting to know her. Very affable young lady and a heck of a tennis player. So we appreciate her for coming down to the studio. We'll have some Grizz men's tennis coverage for you next week. Grizz men are having a good year once again. Women have been struggling as a team. Kelsey Phillips has been leading the day. Certainly, she's undefeated in singles right now, and she's been their main point scorer. But Grizz men have been playing really well. They're 3-1 in conference play. They lost a nail-biter to Northern Arizona last week at the Peak Racket Club. They play Idaho State on Friday and then Sac State on Sunday. And then they have their version of the rivalry duel with Montana State on April 18th. So it's not a men's and women's at the same time deal. The Grizz women are in Bozeman this weekend, and then the Grizz men are in Bozeman the following weekend, and then you got the Big Sky Championships coming up April 23rd through the 25th down in Phoenix, Arizona. So we'll have an update for you coming out of this busy weekend for the Grizz to preview the rivalry next week on the men's side. We've tracked down 2 out of our 3 winners for the tournament bracket challenge that we hosted. We just need to find one more here. So if you are the person that's in third place in our ESPN MT Tournament Challenge, please text us, 406-888-1029. That's 888-1029. I'm pulling up the group here so I can actually shout out your name. Man, I did bad in all my brackets. I got 130th in our ESPN bracket. But we tracked down T Paget 99. He swung by the studio earlier today. We tracked down Dutch Grizz 81. They came in earlier this week already. So we got the first and second prize packages out the door. But we need Zach's Picks to come see us. Zach's Picks got third all by himself, 99.9 percentile. So we have a box of cards for you from Zootown Sports Cards. We also have a gift certificate from DBAT, which is the new batting cage facility here in Missoula. You're going to get 75 swings. We also got a deal from the Last Best Golf Co., an hour in the simulator, so you can go check that out as well. That's a pretty cool deal. And we got some gift cards from DraftWorks and the Desperado Sports Tavern and Grill. So if you are that person, text us, 406-888-1029. Zach's Picks. That is what we are looking for. Text us and let us know. Speaking of the Last Best Golf Co. Last Best Golf Co. started in a garage 3 years ago with one goal: to deliver tour-quality club fitting and precision builds to golfers across western Montana. They've since outgrown the garage, are now located at 517 South Orange in Missoula. From beginners to pros, Last Best Golf Co. uses advanced technology and proven data to help you get the absolute most out of your game. With spring right around the corner, now's the time to book your equipment consultation and make 2026 your best season yet. At Last Best Golf Company, they don't just sell off-the-rack golf clubs. Last Best Golf Co. builds pure performance, custom fit for you. Check out their new shop, 517 Orange Street. It's basically like the corner of Orange and 4th, excuse me. So go check those guys out. They've had season kickoff events going on recently as well that have been pretty fun. So go check out Last Best Golf Co. in Missoula with golf season right here, right up on us. Everywhere is open now, I think, around the valley. Cannon River has got it rolling right now. The greens are beyond pristine. I mean, they are pro quality. It's not an exaggeration. There's championship level course out there at Cannon River, and we're happy to partner with them once again because it is certainly an absolute gem to have that course just right there in East Missoula. It is as good of a public course as you will find anywhere in the state of Montana. So pretty sweet that it's just a couple minutes up the road from as we sit here in the Garden City. Masters, here's where we're at. Just a couple people still on the course. Scotty Scheffler's on 17. He is 2 under through 16 right now. Ben Griffin is on 17 as well. Actually, he's through 17. He's on 18. He sits at 1 under. Gary Woodland and Harris English are also in Scheffler's group. That's the threesome. That's the best threesome of the day. Scheffler's at 2 under, and Harris English and Gary Woodland are each at 1 under with 2 holes to play here in this first round. Justin Thomas, Sepp Straka are also on the course with Ben Griffin. JT's at even with a hole to play, and Sepp Straka at 1 over with a hole to play. Siwoo Kim is at +2 with 2 holes to play, and then there's one more group that's left on the course, and those guys are probably out of it right now at between 4 over all the way down through 8 over. The news of the day, though, twofold. One, the defending champion Rory McIlroy is in the clubhouse with a first round 67, 5 under, so he is in first place. So it's a great start for Rory. Sam Burns, one of the upstarts of this tournament, a guy who has been in the top 10 in majors before, but he fires a first round 67, and he went nuts on the backside. Shot a 33 with 3 birdies and 4 holes to come in at that 67. So great opening round for him. Kurt Kitayama is at -3. Jason Day at -3. Patrick Reed at -3. Shane Lowry in with a 70 at -2, as did Xander Schauffele. Justin Rose had it all the way down to 4 under, but then he has a couple bogeys down the stretch, so he comes in at -270 against Scotty Scheffler, who's a former Masters champion and the number 1 player in the world. He sits at -2 as well. The group at -1, Hao Teng Lee, Nick Taylor, who, shout out Bozeman, Montana. Nick's not from Bozeman, he's from Canada. But our good friend Ian Laird, who's the voice of Montana State men's and women's basketball on the ESPN Plus stream, and a friend of the show, a guy who joins us relatively frequently during basketball season. His wife is cousins with Nick Taylor. So I've always been getting updates on Taylor ever since he sort of first rose up, and it's been fun to follow along. Just because I have like this secondary connection to him, I actually bought him in one of my Masters pools, and I actually put money on him to finish top 20. So fun deal that he has a first round of 71. We'll see if he can hold on. Tommy Fleetwood, who I know a lot of people were high on coming into this tournament, also shot 71 today. Jacob Bridgman came in at 71 as well. And then the group that's at even, like which way are they going to go? I think some of these guys could be movers and shakers. Other of these guys might fade from the pack. But you have veteran guys like Hideki Matsuyama, who's a former Masters champ. Adam Scott, former champ. Sergio Garcia, former champ. Jordan Spieth, former champ. Brooks Koepka, former champ. Then you also got, household names like Justin Thomas in that even group. But then you also have upstarts like Chris Gadarup and Wyndham Clark. Sepp Straka could get to that even if he could get a birdie on 18. So an interesting group to see all those guys that are in there at even. 33 guys finished even or better, but only 11 guys finished under par so far today. So certainly a relatively difficult first round, no doubt, when it comes to the Masters here. So we'll keep you up to date, let you know what went down in the Masters. Tomorrow we'll have a little bit of a tough time with the live results, just because we're going to have the show, as they say, in the can. We're doing a big reconstruction here at Missoula Broadcasting Company. We're getting some new floors out front, which is much needed, and we got to do it. So, I don't know when the right time is to, when you have 4 radio stations, to close the office. It's not really that easy to do. But tomorrow's the day, so that's the day. So we're going to have to get some stuff in the can before the people come, and so we will. So the one thing that will be a little bit sparing is the Masters updates tomorrow in terms of live stuff. But we'll have a full recap for you of whoever maybe wins the Masters on Monday. So looking forward to that. Hour 1 of the books here on Nuanez Now. Hour 2 coming at you. Don't change that down. Keep it right here. It's 102.9 ESPN Radio.
Life can change in an instant. If you've been hurt in an accident, suffered from medical negligence, or are facing criminal charges, you don't have to face it alone. At Ryan Miller & Coburn, we're here to listen and fight for you. We're your neighbors, traveling across Montana to stand by your side as your link to justice. Real people, real help, right here in Montana. Ryan Miller & Coburn, your Montana attorneys.
DeMorris Buick GMC is ready to help you safely travel Montana's scenic roads in comfort and style. Stop by DeMorris today and test drive some outstanding SUVs. Right now, take advantage of closeout pricing on the exceptionally designed 2024 Buick Envision with models starting at $39,795. Don't miss this opportunity. Go to demorris.com to preview our inventory of 2024 Buick Envisions and then pay a visit to DeMorris Buick GMC on West Broadway in Missoula, your family-owned hometown dealership for over 60 years.
Life's about the journey, not the destination, right? Why can't it be about both?
ESPN Radio for Western Montana, KKVU HD3 Stevensville, and 102.9 FM on K275BS Missoula. ESPN Missoula Sports Center.
And then there were four. I'm Jeff Safford. Over the weekend, former Grizz guards Grant Kepley and Tyler Isaac joined Money Williams and Brooklyn Hicks in the NCAA transfer portal. On Tuesday, Caden Betts also entered the portal. Betts played in just 8 games last season for Montana after joining the team as a former 4-star recruit who transferred to UM from Minnesota. The 6'9" stretch forward was a recruit out of Colorado during his prep days, but has not been able to find stability at Minnesota or Montana. He played in just 6.5 minutes a game and averaged just over 3 points per game for the 18-13 Grizz. Betts is the latest entry into the portal for a Montana team that now expects to return 4 players from last year's roster. Forward Kenyon Awino and sharpshooting wing Tyler Thompson, who each were standouts last year as freshmen, are expected back, as is junior forward Connor Dick and sophomore guard Courtney Anderson. 3 Grizz softball players ripped home runs as the Montana softball team continued its hot streak by capping its 14-game homestand with a sweep of Montana State Billings. Montana's 9th win in its last 11 games boosts the Grizz to a 12-24 mark. That includes a rigorous non-conference schedule. UM dives back into Big Sky play this weekend with a trip to Sacramento State. Montana sits at 4-2 in league play, tied atop the conference with Idaho State and Northern Colorado.
This is Nuanez Now on 102.9 ESPN Radio Missoula.
Welcome back. Welcome to ESPN Radio, SWX Montana Television, and the ESPN MT app. Colter Nuanez coming to you through the Grizzly Disposal Studio. Grizzly Disposal has one bin roll-off boxes for your construction projects. If you would like a construction roll-off box, they can get up to you within 24 hours. Don't wait days or even weeks. Let Grizzly Disposal take care of you if you got a construction project going on. Call them 406-541-7171. Grizzly Disposal, the only Bears that should be in your garbage. You're missing in the first hour of the show. We had a fun first hour. Talked Masters with Andrew Schmidt. Talked Grizz tennis with Kelsey Phillips. And gave you some more Masters thoughts as we are almost done with the first round. Scotty Scheffler is on hole 18 right now. He's 2 under. Along with Gary Woodland, who just gave one back, but he is at 1 under on hole 17. And then one other group that's through 16 coming up right now. So almost done with the first day of the most prestigious tournament in all of golf. As you heard there on the Sports Center, Caden Betts into the transfer portal, so that means he is the latest of the Grizz basketball players. Sounds like that's going to be it. Tyler Thompson, who was a great freshman for the Grizz this last year, averaged almost 9 points per game, shot 40% from 3. He announced on his personal Instagram that he's coming back. You also saw Connor Dick, the Missoula Hellgate product, former state champion. He announced he was coming back. Nothing from Kenyon Owino, but I actually don't know if Kenyon Owino even has social media. I've never seen any tweets or anything like that from him. We had him on this show twice, and I didn't tag him on anything because I don't know if he has it. So he's expected to come back. And then Courtney Anderson, who was a highly recruited guard, transfer from Colorado, who then got hurt this year, he's also expected back. And then Amari Jenkins, who's been on the team the last 2 years, he is also expected back. Probably the biggest news in the transfer portal world this week, Paige Loafing from Huntley Project. She has been playing at Gonzaga this last year, but she entered the portal. Will the Grizz or the Bobcats be in the mix for her? Unsure. She plus Brianna Williams, who's transferring from Maryland. She's from Billings Skyview. You know, sometimes it might be just silly to speculate that the Montana girls will come back to Montana, but I do think there's a higher chance that highly regarded recruits like those two might come home than if they're from somewhere else. But I don't know. I have no inside information. I do know that Montana State are recruiting both of them, so we'll see if that all pans out. But in the latest news here is that Courtney and Heidi Smith, who were twin sisters that played for Montana State, they hit the portal as well. So now 3 in the portal so far for the Montana State women's basketball team. Grace Hintz, Courtney, and Heidi Smith, each going to explore new opportunities. I did confirm the other day, I was talking about it. The Cats put out a graphic for men's basketball that said that everybody was coming back, and then they did have one guy enter the portal. Well, it actually turns out that guy that entered the portal was not in the picture, so he had already basically been the mutual parting of ways had already been decided upon. So I think that we know what we got with the Grizz basketball team. I think that those 5 guys, Tyler Thompson, Kenyon Owino, Courtney Anderson, Connor Dick, Mari Jenkins. By the way, Mari Jenkins just tweeted this like right now that he's coming back. So I think those 5 are coming back. I think that Bobcat men, they sort of announced that they expect their top 7 returners to come back. Montana State women, I wouldn't really expect anybody else to come to leave. Taylor Chirick, the Big Sky MVP, she's already announced that she's back, so that certainly is a boost for MSU. And Addison Harris, she has not made any announcement, but that's not really in her personality. She does have some camps that she's going to coach at this summer that she's been posting about, so I think that indicates that she'll be back. Jameson Phillip, the stud freshman point guard for the Lady Cats, again, she hasn't announced anything, but I think she'll probably be back as well. So I think that I can't say there's going to be no more movement for MSU women, but I think that we're probably about done there too. And then for the Lady Grizz, they sort of already decided the 6 players that they invited back. And I think the one that they really wanted to hang on to was Avery Waddington. That's been the case so far. They basically just have to make it until the 3rd week of April, and then if they can, then the portal window closes and she'll be there. But I think that's probably going to be the case, but never say never. I have no inside info on either way, but I do think that I probably gut feeling think that she's going to be back. But if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. We'll see. They just got to make it through the next couple of weeks. Nuanez Now, 102.9 ESPN Radio, a day early. Let's have some fun. That's your weekly reminder. No talk of cans. Carol and Nuanez Now Sports here on ESPN Radio. A day early because the Grizz spring game tomorrow, but also because we're getting a whole office remodel. So we're going to have a pre-recorded Nuanez Now for you leading up to the Grizz spring game. How you doing? Thanks for being here.
I am great. It's sunny. The skies are blue. We're getting new floors from Pierce Flooring in the lobby tomorrow. I don't know what else to say.
Yeah,
what a week.
It's a great week.
Yeah.
Spring break, baby.
It's the Masters.
Yeah.
Apparently that's exciting to people.
Who'd you pick to win the Masters?
Tiger.
Tiger's in rehab.
Tiger's going to jail. He's been officially charged with a DUI.
He called the president, he said.
I was planning when you came in to be like, I can't talk. I'm on the phone with the president, but I forgot. He's been officially charged with a DUI, and he's obviously out of the country. And I think he thinks the president is going to get him out of this. I don't know, but he could face jail time.
Wow.
I hope he does.
Man. Is he going to go to jail? He's not going to go to jail.
I mean, OJ did.
Yeah. This is one of those catch and release, though, right?
Yeah, he's not going to jail. He's going to rehab. You know what's funny, though? I was talking to my friend who I used to work with when I lived in LA at this little restaurant in Hermosa Beach. And we were talking about the Tiger Woods. She listens, and so she texted me and said, Tiger Woods used to come into the restaurant and he refused to order an Arnold Palmer. He would only call it a lemonade iced tea.
Amazing.
He refused to call it an Arnold Palmer. That's how bad his ego is.
That's not unsurprising. 0% surprising. In fact.
Yeah. Just a funny little anecdote for you today.
Why didn't you just order a lemonade so you didn't even have to make
who doesn't love iced tea and lemonade together?
Good point.
I mean, I don't, but many people do.
I had one at lunch today. It was delicious.
Yeah, that is your lunch drink.
I love the Arnold Palmer.
Yeah, I don't like iced tea, but I love lemonade.
I got golf buddies they do the John Daly.
What's that?
That with a triple shot of vodka in it. Couple John Dailies.
Is that basically a twisted tea?
Yeah, well, yeah, except for like 9 times the alcohol content.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yes, 20-ounce to-go cups full of vodka. It's pretty... They wonder why they can't hit it straight on the back 9.
This is the only reason to golf.
Nuanez Now, ESPN Radio 102.9 FM around Western Montana. All right, what else what do you have this week?
Okay, well, since we started talking about the Masters, I'll start with the Masters.
Okay.
So Gary Player, he's a 90-year-old golfer.
Indeed.
He's the first non-American to win the Masters.
Correct.
He's there, and he got himself into trouble for saying that a reporter was a good-looking chick.
Okay.
And people are upset.
Man.
You know what I wouldn't give for someone to say I'm a good-looking chick?
You're a great-looking chick.
I'm just saying, I don't even think the chick was upset. I think it's just Twitter.
Man. So you didn't. I know. I don't know why I asked you if you did, but Michigan. We talked about Michigan football, right?
Yes.
The coach sleeping with the way young girl.
Yeah.
And then threatened to kill himself with a butter knife, and it all resulted in him losing his $7 million a year job. Well, they hired somebody new. But in the sort of the aftermath, one of the side effects of this was Jay Hill got the defensive coordinator job there at Michigan. And Coach Hill is a guy, he coached the Big Sky Conference for 9 years. He was at Weber State's head coach. Got to know him well. I played multiple golf tournaments with him. He's an awesome guy, one of the most nice, down-to-earth guys I've ever dealt with in this business. His wife, Sarah, had a much publicized and very public battle with breast cancer, but she beat it, and she's been doing great. And it was like this huge story while he was the Weber coach. She's an inspiration. I mean, she formed a foundation, and she has raised like so much money for breast cancer research. She's awesome. She's a stud. So, anyways, Jay Hill's introductory press conference at Michigan. There's like 16 reporters there. He one of the girls asked, I think there was only 1 or 2 women reporters, and she asked him a question, and he at the end, he's like, by the way, better looking than all the rest of you guys.
I believe he said, I'll always take a question from the best looking reporter in the
room. Right.
Yeah.
And it wasn't a joke about how hot the reporter was. It was a joke about how she was the only girl there, and it was a bunch of guys. Everybody laughed. And then the internet went crazy on him.
I see nothing wrong with this.
And he was like, they were talking about how it's such a bad look because Sharon Moore got fired for all these reasons of infidelity and blah, blah, blah.
All right, I'll give you that.
Okay, but I'm still just sitting here thinking, I know this guy. He's not trying to get with this girl.
Is he Mormon too?
Yeah, he's happily married, and it's very clear that his relationship with his wife has been very public, and he loves her. He talks about it all the time. So I just thought it was crazy.
As I said,
no jokes allowed anymore, I guess.
Well, and as I said in with Hayden and Brooks, society, we are going to cease, because you can't say a nice thing to a girl now without being called a creep or being sexist or misogynist. Like, it's okay to say if someone looks nice or is good looking.
Well, and again, Gary Player is 90.
He's 90. I mean,
he's not trying to hook up with anybody. He's an old man.
I would love a 90-year-old man to tell me I'm good looking.
Exactly.
So I think it's great. I think it's okay to pay compliments to girls. I have this conversation with my boys all the time. They're too scared to do that because they'll be in trouble.
Sure.
I'm like, you can't pay a girl a compliment?
No.
Man,
it's wild.
This world, I'm telling you.
It's so crazy. It's so crazy.
Now, maybe the Patriots head coach took it too far with the, what's her name?
Diana
Rossini,
yes.
the New York Times and Athletic reporter, because they were caught canoodling in Sedona. And then they both said it was totally innocent. Now,
yeah, the pictures are weird.
The pictures are weird. She was in Sedona. He was at ASU in Tempe scouting and drove 2 hours to Sedona to just hang out with her and lock fingers and sit by the pool. I find this suspect. I personally, as a married woman, would not behave that way, even if it was innocent. You and me aren't locking fingers over here and like sitting by a pool because we have respect for our spouses. You know what I mean?
It's such a, I don't know what to make of these pictures. Like, there's basically 3 pictures that went viral on the internet. One of them has Mike Vrabel, the Patriots head coach, and Diana Rossini. If you're unfamiliar who that is, she's one of the top NFL reporters. It has them like holding hands, like they're going to dance. And then there's one of them hugging, like from the back, and then there's one of them just like sitting in the pool.
Like, even if it's innocent and they're just friends, that's weird.
It's so weird. It is so weird. And the thing that here's the problem with this. Here's the issue that Diana Rossini cannot undo. Let's say that nothing is happening in these pictures. Literally nothing. This is a completely platonic thing. They're just friends. They're both married to other people. Nothing's happening. They literally just are in Sedona having a chat. Off season, whatever. She will never be able to live down now that, because she is one of the best investigative / in-depth reporters that exists in the NFL today. She has really broken down some barriers for some women. And it's a bad day for women journalists because there's been this long-standing sort of tongue-in-cheek joke that the only reason the girl gets the story is because she's the hot girl and she sleeps with the coach or does whatever with the coach to get the stuff, to get the info. And that isn't the case in the vast majority of these circumstances. But then the fact that this looks like that's the case, even if it's not, it's really, really bad for her reputation.
It's bad. It's a bad look all around.
Yes.
They're married.
Yes.
It's bad for her. Like, we were just looking at
like me being in a restaurant with women, so like one of the coaches that's a woman, right? Like, say the head coach of Montana is women's basketball. That's not weird.
No, that's not
weird. Like in Bozeman or Missoula or something.
No, none of that is weird.
The fact that this is off the beaten path, though, like, there's no reason to go to Sedona unless you're going there to meet up with each other. And again, even if you're just friends, it's just bad optics.
Especially because it's not like they were there with their families or something like that. Like, she was there on a girls' trip. He was in Tempe scouting. He drove 2 hours to hang out with her.
Right.
In Sedona, where I'm sure they thought it was private because it's Sedona, you know, and it's. So there's that. Have you heard the way she speaks about her husband on podcasts?
I have not. What does she
says
say?
Really mean things. Like,
really? I've only
not
heard
mean, but like disrespectful, I would say.
Give me an example.
Like, she was talking about how her mom basically said that her husband is finally looking good and he's been working out and he should leave her because she's never around anyway. And then I guess she was on another podcast saying she was in Miami and she can't even tell her own husband what went down in Miami. And just like things that are just, to me, disrespectful. So I think it's all a bad look. But then her Twitter, she tweeted something today and every comment is what a whore she is. And I guarantee you, on whatever the Patriots head coach, I'm sure he's got a few comments in there if he tweeted something today, but he will survive this. She'll survive it, but she will not be held to the same level as she was. And that's sad.
It is. The guy that's in the worst situation of all of this is Diana Rossini's husband.
Yes.
Because there's no way you can confront Mike Vrabel because Mike Vrabel will kick your ass.
Well, they have two little kids. Like, she has two little kids. I don't know.
Well, Mike Vrabel is a scary individual. I mean, he is definitely one of the baddest dudes to ever play in the NFL, and he's definitely the baddest coach that currently exists in the NFL. Yeah, it's, now you wonder, again, even if there's no foul play here, now you wonder what sort of
the pillow talk.
Sean Payton has been one of the biggest coaches in the NFL forever. He was the Dallas Cowboys offensive coordinator, then he was the Saints head coach, led the Saints to a Super Bowl. He's now in Denver. Diana Rossini has always had great information from Sean Payton. He calls her to tell her stuff all the time. Now you wonder, does Sean Payton still do that?
Or is he bummed that he didn't get a piece of the action?
Or maybe he did, and that's why she's been calling him all the time. I don't know. The whole thing is no bueno. It's a bad deal. It's a bad deal.
This is why it can be very hard to be a woman. You know what I mean? This kind of stuff. And she may or may not have done anything with him, but now she's got the scarlet letter.
Yeah.
I
don't feel bad for her. I understand your premise. I don't feel bad for her at all.
Why?
Because you can't put yourself in that position.
No, I agree.
You can't put yourself in that position.
100% agree.
You cannot lay in the pool with any NFL coach, any source, period. That is not happening.
Right.
Go golfing.
Right. There's tons of great golf courses in Sedona. Go on a hike. Go
eat some food. You can even go get drinks, whatever. It's just, you just don't lay in the pool with them.
And canoodle like that. I mean, that's just very, it's a bad look. But it sucks. Right. It's a bad look for her. And to be fair to myself, the pool is one thing you cannot be hugging and holding hands and stuff like that. Right.
That's not happening.
Right.
Yeah.
It's all a bad look.
It's a bad look.
It's married or not, for her career.
It's just professionalism, right?
But very bad because they're both married, and I feel bad for their spouses. Although I did see one really funny meme, and that was the picture of them at the Coldplay concert.
Jeez.
That was funny.
Well, it wouldn't be an NFL offseason without some
scandal,
Patriots drama.
Yeah, well, yeah.
By the way, if you want to have some really bad, crude, and completely at the expense of other people laughs.
Oh, yeah, always.
Go find the Twitter. Go find some of the tweets about this.
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
or go to
she
her
is
Twitter.
Getting dragged, but there's been some, I don't even know if I can't say some of the stuff, but
I saw some good ones.
The jokes about Vrabel bragging about this to his players,
yes.
They're so tasteless, but they are just hilarious, and it's really too bad for everybody involved. But also, again, just don't put yourself in that situation.
Also, I think we said this last week. I think everyone, famous or not, need to operate as if they're being filmed.
But particularly when you're famous, you are Mike Vrabel.
Yeah. The two of them could have walked past me. I would never have known. So there is that. But someone was watching him and knew it was him and knew she wasn't his wife.
You might not be able to recognize Mike Vrabel, but a lot of people could. He's definitely one of the most recognizable people in the NFL.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, man. What are you doing too with the way the risks you're taking? He's making $15 million a year.
He's not going to get fired. Don't worry.
No, there's nothing. Oh yeah, no, that's right.
She's the one who's going to.
Oh, that's right. Even if this is a full-on scandal and they were complete confirmation of an actual affair and all that stuff, nothing would happen to Mike Vrabel.
No.
But again, that's why I don't feel bad for her. You can't put yourself in that position.
Oh, now you're victim blaming?
No, you can't put yourself in that position. You just can't.
I know, I'm kidding.
You just can't.
No, I agree.
Again, if you just meet in Scottsdale. If you met in Scottsdale and you're both hey, we were on this, both of us were on individual trips, so we're just grabbing some drinks because I needed to do some work on a story.
Totally.
And she is a great reporter, so I bet you she actually did do some work on a story.
Yeah, I bet she worked on a story all right.
So, again, you can have pictures taken of you all over the place where then you can explain it away a lot better than when you're just half naked in the pool.
Exactly.
Chilling, lounging around.
It's the way that the hand thing, that's not just a couple of buddies. I'm sorry.
Exactly.
That's just not how friends greet each other.
Exactly.
So,
exactly. The hug is like a engulfing hug, and
a hug is fine, but it's.
But they're holding each other.
But I just mean I hug friends. But the way the hand thing, that's like hand holding kind of thing.
Yeah,
that's not
right.
Anyway, do better, guys and gals.
Chicken doesn't know sports here on 102.9 ESPN Radio, SWX Montana Television, and the ESPN MT app. Thanks to our great friends at Freedom Energy Solutions for all of their fine support of what we got going on, especially here when Carolyn joins us on the radio. Tell us about them.
Missoula, are you heading to the MBIA Home Show? Make sure to stop by the Freedom Solutions booths, 55 and 56. They are your one trusted source for solar, roofing, electrical, and HVAC, all under one roof. And while you're at their booth, enter to win one of those Uni multi-fuel pizza ovens. Have you seen those? Perfect for backyard pizza night. So go, when you're at the MBIA Home Show, stop by booths 55 and 56 and meet the team, get a free estimate. And if you want to learn more, go to freedomsolutions.com.
Thanks to Freedom Solutions. All right, what else you got this week?
Okay. Are you watching baseball yet?
Oh, no.
Okay.
Not until September, maybe.
The Cubs played Tampa this week.
Okay.
And a fan got really excited because he was about to go catch the ball in the stands.
Sure.
As he reached over to catch the ball, his pants fell down.
Bummer.
And literal bum. Hanging out,
man.
mooned the entire, full butt.
Oh, man.
Not even underwear, full butt.
Oh, man. Bummer.
Can you imagine?
Well, better than the other side, I guess.
That's true. Ugh. So I just thought that was really funny. And if you guys want to, I'll post the video on our Instagram, on my Instagram, because it's pretty hilarious. But you get so excited to catch the ball, and then your pants fall down. How does that even happen? How do people's pants just fall down?
Wow.
It's a grown man.
This is a totally different subject now. What is up with the return of the trend of wearing pants that don't fit? Like I can't tell you how many times I see guys walking around, especially I'm on campus a lot.
Oh yeah,
man.
My
drawers
boys
down by you, like you got your whole underwear hanging out.
My boys aren't doing that, but they're wearing the big baggy pants, but not like down where the butts are hanging out. So the belt below the butt.
Oh yeah, that's like my favorite athlete wardrobe. They got the big puffy North Face coat up top, and then the pants that are at the proper place in the front, but then all the way down in the back. And then
the 90s are back.
Your drawers hanging out. Why?
90s are back. I don't know.
I just don't know. I just don't understand.
Speaking of 90s, Nick told me he wants to buy a classic car. You know, a 1991 Celica.
1991
Which
Celica.
was my first car.
Wow.
But a classic car is what he called
classic
a 1991
car.
Celica.
Well, think about this. 1991 was more than half a lifetime ago.
Okay. I guess so. Like if I was in the 90s and I said I wanted a classic car, that would have been the 60s. So yeah, kind of.
Exactly.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my brother was born in 1991. Think about that.
I graduated high school in 93.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic car.
Classic car, 1991 Celica.
Wow.
So if anyone knows of that.
My suggestion to your son would be don't buy a new car ever.
Yes,
because cars are
and also the minute they drive off the lot.
Also, cars are just getting so much more lame. Like I've got 2 back-to-back new cars. They're not cooler than any of the cars I used to have that were used. The cars are they're so homogenized now. Mm-hmm. It's like all the same.
It's all the same.
It's like the inside and how it runs is just the same as all the other ones.
Maybe you need a 1991 Celica.
Oh man, I'd love it. Cash.
He wants the lights that pop up.
Yeah.
He thinks that's so cool.
Yeah.
So he's going to be working hard all summer for that.
Very nice. Well, good job.
Crazy.
Chicken Doesn't Know Sports here on ESPN Radio. All right, what else you got?
All right, another baseball story. Angels versus the Athletics.
Mm-hmm.
The pitcher threw a ball, because he's a pitcher, and he hit the batter in the hand.
Okay.
The batter gives him the stare down. They end up just having like the stare down moment and brawling. Benches cleared.
Wow.
The pitcher still had the ball in his hand and went to punch the batter.
Whoa.
Not good. I think they're both okay, but they've been suspended and ejected from that game. I think they were suspended from 2 games. So if you're suspended, do you get paid per game when you're a baseball player?
Wow, that's actually a question I don't know the answer to.
Well, Google it.
Is it by the game?
I don't know. Because like getting suspended for 2 games and you're still getting paid, who cares? Except your stats, right?
I think they get paid bi-weekly, so twice a month. And so I guess you just lose a percentage of your your weekly check.
Got it. Okay.
Or your bi-weekly check, your every 2-week check.
Your every 2-week check. Which, so what? They don't get $50,000?
Oh, way more than that. Like so much more than that.
And then when they get fined, or I don't know if they got fined, but if they don't get paid, where does that money go? That just goes back in the pot?
Yeah, just back into the yeah.
Interesting.
Actually, no, it has to go to the league, right? The Major League Baseball's got to make it.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I don't know why they got so mad at each other. Like, chill out. It's a game. Why are we so angry? You know why? Because they can't pay compliments to women. They've got pent up anger and testosterone because they just want to tell a girl she looks good.
Yeah, these guys are both Hispanic, so they probably still can pay compliments to women.
Anyone can pay compliments to women, okay?
Indeed.
We're bringing it back.
Indeed. I'm watching this.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, right. High and tight. Here we go. Yep.
Big fight.
I always think it's interesting that it's like acceptable within the scope of the sport to fight in the middle of the game in baseball and in hockey, but like not in basketball and football.
You know why? Is my theory with football is most of them are just big teddy bears.
Well, it's because they have helmets on too. You can't punch a guy with a helmet because you're just going to break your hand, you know?
Yeah. Look at that though. And then why does everyone have to clear the bench? Why do we all have to participate?
I also think that hockey players are just way better fighters because hockey players are just normal sized guys. So there's chances are they've been in fights before.
Well, also hockey, that's the thing.
Well, like that's what Charles Barkley used to always tease Shaq about because like Shaq sucked at fighting because Shaq's never been in a fight because who would fight Shaq?
No way.
So then he got in a fight in the NBA. He got in 2 fights and he like threw punches like this
like
idiot,
a girl?
Yeah, just flailing around. And Chuck always makes fun of him because he's like, Shaq, you never been in a fight? Because Charles is like an above average sized normal guy, whereas Shaq's like a freak.
Do you think
right?
Charles Barkley's ever been in a fight?
No question. Charles Barkley's been in lots of fights. Yeah, because he's only 6'4", not 7'3".
Yeah, that's true.
He's just a normal. He's a normal big instead of like gargantuan like Shaq. So, but like hockey players are all like 6 feet tall.
Yeah,
and you wouldn't know most of the pro hockey players, you wouldn't know them from me to anybody if you just saw them on the street.
But it's also part of hockey. The fighting thing is
also definitely part of hockey.
Yeah. I don't know why it's part of baseball.
I don't know either. It's probably because the pitcher has so much control. Because it's not. Yeah. It never happens anywhere else. It's only when the pitcher throws at the batter.
And I get that. I wouldn't be really stoked if I got hit by a ball going 100 miles an hour.
No, you would not. It hurts so bad.
Especially when that was the thing that the batter said. He's like, at this level, you shouldn't be hitting people.
No,
that's
right.
Basically what he said.
Well, that's the thing is you're good enough that you have such good control that's on purpose.
So then, So then, if he hits someone, why isn't he in trouble for that?
Well, see that's the thing. He gave him one high and tight and then hit him. The ump should have warned him. After you give him one high and tight, the ump said, "Hey, no more of that." And then if you hit him, you beat him on purpose, you're out.
Yeah,
you're thrown out.
Yeah, but then they're thrown out anyway.
Right.
And now the batter's getting thrown out too.
Yep.
Yep, good times.
What if we just let it roll? Man, these guys are so bad at fighting.
I know, look at that.
It's crazy.
You guys, this is compelling radio that you can't see.
Yeah,
but
right.
If you want to look up the fight, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Braves, Angels, benches clear, and wild brawl is what I'm watching on the House of Highlights YouTube channel. 1.8 billion views so far.
Billion or million?
I missed my count. It was million.
Okay.
But still, I mean, it's a lot.
I just didn't know if I heard you right.
Yeah.
That's a lot.
It is, certainly.
My kids would love that kind of viewership on YouTube.
Got to post the content, baby.
I know.
All right, Chicken Does Little Sports, presented by Freedom Energy Solutions. What else you got?
That's it. That's all I got today.
I can't believe you haven't brought up the thing that we were talking about so much 2 summers ago. The WNBA salary cap.
Oh yeah, because they brought it up to $300,000
by a lot.
Yeah, it's great.
Like quadrupled.
I think because we took a week off somewhere in there, and then
so then it was old news.
It was old news, but yeah, and Angel Reese got traded to Atlanta.
Saw that.
Maybe they're going to have a stripper night at the WNBA.
Jeez,
didn't work out for the NBA, but maybe it'll work out for the WNBA.
Well, as predicted, as I said, as soon as they get legitimate TV money, it's inevitably going to go up.
Great. Good for them.
So it has.
Yeah. So hopefully...
I still don't know anybody that watches it, including you who said you were going to.
I never said I was going to. I said people would. I never said I would.
Yeah.
I don't watch NBA.
They still don't.
Yeah, I guess
more do, else they wouldn't have got this TV deal. So maybe I'm just the one that doesn't watch it.
I don't think you're the only one. But I'm happy they got the deal. They deserve it. I'm happy people are watching. It's great. I'm happy when people, are participating in important things. I don't watch sports.
I know.
It doesn't matter if it's men or women. I don't really watch. I'd rather play sports than watch sports.
Indeed.
So there you have it.
Well, we appreciate you for hanging out this week. Checking out those sports probably presented by Hot House Yoga. Okay, I'm going to go next week.
Okay, whatever.
Next year, your night. I'm not going to lie to you again. Oh, okay. Let's see. So I'm leaving next week. I'm going on a trip. But I'm not leaving until Thursday. So maybe Wednesday, maybe I can fit it in.
We'll see.
Hey,
you promised last week.
Hey, my wife had her fitness challenge at her deal. Now she's gone. So once she's back, then we can settle in.
Listen, life is life.
Hey.
The good thing about Hot House is you're always welcome.
Indeed.
So
had another loyal listener who listens to this show a lot, who had never gone and was sort of reticent to go and went and loved it.
Great.
He texted me on Sunday, said, Hot House does not mess around. I said, thank God you went.
Which class did he go to? I wonder.
I'm not sure.
Oh.
Yeah, not sure. So one of the ones on Sunday, but
there's some
first timer, and maybe he'll become a long timer.
Hopefully. It's good stuff.
Well, appreciate Hot House Yoga. You can visit them online. You can also visit them downtown in Missoula, and they are proud to present Chicken Does No Sports here on ESPN Radio. Thanks, Carolyn.
Thank you.
What do you expect me to say to her? She's getting married in 30 minutes.
We're doing everything we can.
John, can you hear me? John.
At Shields, we're anglers, endlessly seeking and refining techniques. We're hunters and storytellers, because we've been out there. We're experts that put products and gear to the test, so we can share that knowledge with you. At Shields, we understand your outdoor journey and the path you're on, because we walk it too, every step of the way. Shields, right there with you.
Mountain Town Vacation Rental Management, your local partner for vacation rental success. We provide a fully customized hosting experience tailored to your needs and goals. Your home is listed on every major site, helping you maximize visibility and bookings. And our local team is available 24/7 to handle guest needs and booking inquiries. Let us take the stress out of managing your vacation home. Contact us today at mountaintownvrm.com or give us a call at 406-369-3080.
The rare moment in life, they're not just few and far between. They're meant to be treasured.
Bring the whole family to the Stone of Accord for a wonderful brunch. From traditional comfort food to eclectic specials, there's something for everyone to enjoy. And it wouldn't be a proper Missoula brunch without an Irish coffee and a mimosa. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino. At the Stone of Accord, we use the freshest ingredients to create our homemade traditional Irish classics, fresh salads, and creative specials. Come enjoy our warm, family-friendly atmosphere. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino.
there were 4. I'm Jeff Safford. Over the weekend, former Grizz guards Grant Kepley and Tyler Isaac joined Money Williams and Brooklyn Hicks in the NCAA transfer portal. On Tuesday, Caden Betts also entered the portal. Betts played in just 8 games last season for Montana after joining the team as a former 4-star recruit who transferred to UM from Minnesota. The 6'9" stretch forward was a recruit out of Colorado during his prep days, but has not been able to find stability at Minnesota or Montana. He played in just 6.5 minutes a game and averaged just over 3 points per game for the 18-13 Grizz. Betts is the latest entry into the portal for a Montana team that now expects to return 4 players from last year's roster. Forward Kenyon Owino and sharpshooting wing Tyler Thompson, who each were standouts last year as freshmen, are expected back, as is junior forward Connor Dick and sophomore guard Courtney Anderson. 3 Grizz softball players ripped home runs as the Montana softball team continued its hot streak by capping its 14-game homestand with a sweep of Montana State Billings. Montana's 9th win in its last 11 games boosts the Grizz to a 12-24 mark. That includes a rigorous non-conference schedule. UM dives back into Big Sky play this weekend with a trip to Sacramento State. Montana sits at 4-2 in league play, tied atop the conference with Idaho State and Northern Colorado.
Nuanez Now on ESPN Radio.
Cruising along here on 102.9 ESPN Radio. Jeff Safford, myself, known as a guy that goes onto the diamond in the summertime thinking about the Missoula Paddleheads. But right now, it's time to talk some softball, thinking the Montana Grizzlies. The Grizz softball team has been playing very well recently. They're coming off a lot of success on a recent homestand, having won 9 of their last 11 games. They also sit close to the top in the Big Sky Conference with a record of 4-2. And with us right now is the second-year head coach of the Grizzlies, Steph Ewing. Steph, have to say, I know you are a product of Oregon State. Hope you won't hold it against me that I'm an Oregon Duck.
Oh, I won't hold it against you, but bees are always bees and ducks are always ducks, and they don't seem to see eye to eye in many things.
Yeah, but I know you've had a lot of success, as I alluded to, winning 9 of 11. What were some of the keys to that, playing on your home field?
Well, it's always great to be able to sleep in your own bed, and we definitely have our team that spends a lot of time on the road. Our pitchers have really just continued to work on executing their off-speed pitches and being able to attack the zone. Early on in the year, we really struggled with being able to put hitters away, and we've done a much better job of pitching to contact and being able to induce ground balls and fly ball contact. And we just continue to hit, and hitting is contagious. I definitely believe that, and we've had some players really come along. Grace Lopez has just been on fire for us all year. Anna Cockhill has really heated up here in the last couple of weeks, and have a couple other, young names coming through. Our previous series against Northern Colorado, Jessica Churms was playing out of her mind in center field, and her quality at bats were great. And JoJo Christians is stepping in the box right now, and it looks like a beach ball for her. So we've really settled in. I think at the beginning of the season, we were a very young team, mostly freshmen and sophomores on the field, and we'd make a mistake or something wouldn't go our way, and it would take us a little bit of time to bounce back. And we've definitely learned to bounce back right away, stay pitch to pitch, and understand that as long as we've got an opportunity to swing the bat, we can be in the game. The offense is just telling our pitchers, get us back up to bat, get us back to the sticks. And it's been exciting times for us. And I still think our best softball's ahead of us. We're playing well, but there's still some things that we can do better. And love where we're standing in the conference play, getting ready to leave tomorrow morning to head to Sac State.
Now, mention that this is the second year on the bench for you with this Grizz program. What have been some of the biggest changes that you've seen from year one to where you are right now?
Some of the biggest changes from year one to now are going to be the girls settling in with our system and how we play, getting them to feel comfortable, and just going out and leaving it all out on the field. We talk about being relentless all the time. It's a huge thing that we talk about in our program, and they've really started to embrace that and empty the tank. And we also talk about, we use the metaphor that, when the game starts, we got to throw the first punch, and we know that the other team's going to respond, and we've got to be able to throw the last and just outlast them and go the distance. And this team has continued to fight and claw and scratch and believe. And that's really the biggest difference between year one and year two. Last year, we'd score some runs, and then our pitchers would give up a big number, and then we just didn't have a response. And this year, it's, nope, we're fine. We're just going to keep our head down, and we're going to play until they say ball game's over, and we're not going to look at the scoreboard. We're not going to panic. If we give up 3 runs, we're just going to attack and score a run an inning and chip away. And the ability to be able to just chip away and not panic if we give up a crooked number has been great. And it's also given our pitchers a lot of confidence to know, hey, I can pitch to the defense, pitch to contact. I don't have to be perfect. I don't have to throw a shutout. And you've just really been able to see the group come together.
The head coach with the Grizz softball team, Steph Ewing, with us here on 102.9 ESPN Radio. The Grizz softball team sit at 4-2 in conference play. They will take on the Sacramento State Hornets later this week. Also, Weber State on the schedule and what will be a road swing for Grizz softball, looking to build on what they are coming off a solid homestand, having won 9 of their last 11 games. And you alluded to it a lot with your pitchers. I've seen it specifically thinking about individuals having success. Kara Sweets had some good outings recently. Your team's won in 6 of 7 games that she's played in. How is her ability to mix up her stuff really helps this staff out, just seeing success? And you've mentioned it, how a lot of times just getting pitches to contact into the field of play and not just focused on strikeouts and that sort of stuff. How has her ability to just pitch well help this staff?
I think it's allowed the rest of the staff to just settle in. Kara's got a great changeup, a changeup that when it comes out of her hand, you're not able to pick it up. It tunnels really well with her curveball, her screwball, and her rise. And, she started being able to throw her curveball on both sides of the plate and throwing a little bit of a back door. And the changeup is just devastating. She's really uncomfortable when you get in a box as a hitter because of her windup. She kind of jumps up and comes at you, and then when that foot gets down, it's coming, and it's hard for hitters to pick up. She's really utilized that to deceive people, and it's definitely started throwing her off-speed pitches more, and you can just see the results. They speak for themselves, and she's just doing a really good job of staying pitch to pitch, not getting shook if she gives up a hit or gives up a solo homer. We tell our pitchers, hey, keep us in the game, get us outs, and she's just done a phenomenal job of that. And when she gets a text the night before the game, hey, you got the rock, I get the thumbs up or the smile emoji, and she wants the ball, and that's what we need is we need all of our pitchers to want the ball, and she's found her stride, and we just got to keep rolling with her.
Now, thinking about the challenge that lies ahead, the Sacramento State Hornets are the next team on the schedule, and thinking about it for a few standpoints. A, they sit right behind you in the conference, sitting at 3-3, you at 4-2. Also have seen some great pitching performances, specifically from Alexa Ortiz, who's coming off a big week in the Circle, having won the Pitcher of the Week award in the Big Sky Conference. What is your offense going to have to do well against her, and challenges does Sacramento State really bring to you guys?
Well, they're a team that is experienced, that they swing the bat well, and certainly when you look at their pitchers' stats, they do jump out at you. Against Ortiz, I've got her up in my office right now. The biggest thing we're going to have to do, she throws a curveball to both sides of the plate. We're going to have to be able to attack that pitch, which is a pitch that we hit really well. And we've just got to go in there and continue to do what we've done offensively, and that's put the ball in play, have productive outs with runners in scoring position. She's got a great walk to strikeout ratio. She's definitely going to put some people away. But we've just got to be able to do what we do and not really make it about her. And, they definitely, as a staff, they sit around 2.5 ERA as a staff. So, we just got to be able to put the ball in play, watch their series against Northern Colorado, liked what I saw. And I think it's a good matchup for us. We match up well with them. And, we faced another pitcher when we played Portland State there. One of their pitchers had won Pitcher of the Week before, and we did pretty well against her. So I think we've got a good history on facing a pitcher after they come off a Big Sky Pitcher of the Week.
Now, you've alluded to it a few times. Head coach from Grizz softball, Steph Ewing, with us here on ESPN Missoula, that this team is a program looking to contend this season. How big is this road swing, thinking about another Big Sky contender, Weber State on the schedule, the University of Utah coming as well? How big is this stretch of games to get to where you want to go?
It's huge for us. I talked to the team about it in our post game yesterday after Billings, and I said, we have put ourselves in the position where we get to write the end of this story. And what do we want it to be? What are we willing to do? We've got to continue to do the little things well, and there's no detail that isn't too small. And if we want to do it, we can. The goal was when I came in here is to change this program and compete for Big Sky championships. We talk about it all the time. And we say that the only way to do it is to work harder than everybody else and to make it matter more than what everybody else is doing. And this team has really embraced it. And now we've just got to take care of business. We got to play well against Sac State and find a way to win a series, and then come home and do laundry and hit the road to go on our stretch to Utah. But, we control our own destiny here with the rest of the conference play. And we just got to keep throwing strikes, keep swinging at good pitches, stay pitch to pitch. One of the things that's really been awesome about our team are the conversations that they're having in the dugout. We're having really high-level conversations about what the pitchers are doing. The hitters are coming back and really giving really good feedback to the next hitter and saying, hey, this is what I saw. This is how you can attack it. This is what we can do. This is the adjustment that I made. Having a lot of really high level conversations. And we just got to be able to continue to do that and play our game and not let anybody take us out of it. And this team's, they're hot right now. They believe in what they can do. And, they don't care what the uniform says in the other dugout. We're going to bring it and we're going to go after it. And we'll see where we end up here 3 weeks from now when regular season conference play wraps up.
Head coach from Grizz softball, Steph Ewing, with us here on ESPN Radio. The Grizzlies will head out to Cali this weekend, Friday and Saturday, taking on Sac State and the Hornets. First pitch of 1 o'clock Friday, and what will be a doubleheader. And then once again on Saturday at 1 o'clock. Looking forward to next week. We'll take on the University of Utah and Weber State. Hope to visit with you again, Coach, and good luck.
Thank you. I appreciate it, and go Grizz.
Bring the whole family to the Stone of Accord for a wonderful brunch. From traditional comfort food to eclectic specials, there's something for everyone to enjoy. And it wouldn't be a proper Missoula brunch without an Irish coffee and a mimosa. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino. At the Stone of Accord, we use the freshest ingredients to create our homemade traditional Irish classics, fresh salads, and creative specials. Come enjoy our warm, family-friendly atmosphere. The Stone of Accord, Irish fare with Montana flair. Restaurant, liquor store, and casino.
Access to Montana's great backyard is the best part of being a Grizzly. At the University of Montana, our classrooms are the mountain peaks, river valleys, and never-ending plains of the Big Sky country. We provide students with the hands-on training to protect and enjoy hunting, conservation, and stewardship. UM launches the careers of outdoor leaders so that they can protect our traditions and ensure they are passed down for future generations. Because what's made in Montana is remaking the world.
Why would any business let you use their product and give you 365 days of reassurance? Mattress Firm does because they believe in their mattresses. Save on top brands like Nectar, Tempur-Pedic, Beautyrest, Serta, Stearns & Foster, and others. Mattress Firm carries $149 mattresses all the way up to the luxury Purple Rejuvenate Premier. 0% in payments as low as $39 a month, along with 365 days of reassurance. See why Mattress Firm is Montana's best place to find the sleep you deserve.
Mattress Firm, where it's easy to get a great night's sleep.
ESPN Missoula. Watch the show statewide on SWX Montana Television.
What's up? Jeff Saffer back with you here in the Missoula Broadcasting Company studios. Nuanez Now getting wrapped up on a Thursday afternoon. Glad you've decided to join us. We've had some fun here in hour number 2. Had Carolyn, the chick that doesn't know sports, along with Coulter Nuanez. Then a real fun interview with Grizz softball as well. Fun to visit with Steph Ewing and the Grizz softball program. I believe the first time she's been on with us here on 102.9 ESPN Radio, getting a glimpse into what it's been a good role for Big Sky, or in the Big Sky Conference for Grizz softball. Off to a good start. They'll look to keep that rolling this weekend. Also some fun coming here on campus at the University of Montana. Thinking Grizz lacrosse, Grizz Lax will be getting going on Saturday. Their final home game of the regular season, Senior Day inside Wa Grizz. Noon face-off against Western Washington. We'll hear from Grizz lacrosse tomorrow with one of their defensemen, Alex Wider. Was able to visit with him earlier today, so we'll play that to get you ready for a weekend of fun at Grizz Lax. And of course, me and Hayden Smith typically sit behind the glass, both big hockey guys. Maybe some folks keeping an eye on the Frozen Four, the NCAA National Championships up for grabs this weekend over in Vegas. The first of 2 semifinals are in the books. And I guess you could say, spotted cow for everybody. The Wisconsin Badgers over North Dakota, almost a shutout victory. 2-1 winners are the Badgers. They are on to the national championship game. They're waiting for the winners between Michigan and also University of Denver. That's it for a Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow here on 102.9 ESPN Missoula.